Welcome back. Despite an abundance of food, over 800 million people globally live in chronic hunger. In 2021, it was estimated that over 2 million South Africans are starving. In fact, with the tough economic times, that number has certainly increased. Ironically, the country wastes about 10 million tons of food every single year. That's enough to fill FNB Stadium to capacity 6 times over. This is not a new problem. So let's find out what can be done from SA Harvest founder Alan Browde. 6 times over F&B filled with all of this food that we waste. That is staggering, Alan.
Yeah, it is staggering, and it's nothing less than a catastrophe for South Africa. We have millions of children going to bed hungry every night, and 10 million tons of food going to waste every year. And just to put that in perspective, 10 million tons in the way the rescue operation, like we ourselves are, the way we measure food, that's 30 billion with a B meals a year that goes to waste. And with 20 million people who are on the spectrum of food vulnerability, ranging from going to sleep hungry every night to running out of money every month, if we fed those people 3 nutritional meals a day for a year, that would be 20 billion meals. So we have 10 billion meals in excess just from food waste alone. And yeah, it's incredible to think of this, and it's a catastrophe, and we have to do something about it.
And when you mention those numbers, Alan, to think that there are people who are actually starving where the food could be better used, and there are people who need the food. What do I as a South African need to do right now to help?
So that's a very interesting question, and I get that all the time. And I think, in a strange way, the first thing is we have to all become conscious of the situation. That's the first thing, because so many people, especially middle-class people who have a glorious life and they have everything they need to have from a financial perspective, they're not aware of what's going on, and there's a great separation. So the first thing is to become conscious. The next thing is to look out for where we can help. And, as Madiba once said, that just one small step, every little thing that we do can eventually change the world. I feel that we can all get involved, even if it's for volunteering, for organizations like ourselves, donating money, coming in and helping pack trucks, going into soup kitchens and helping, giving food. Whatever we can do, we have to do. But the most important thing is to be conscious of the ability for us as individuals to change the approach of the government, because at the end of the day, no matter what we do, nothing can be more strong than what the government can do. And unfortunately, at the moment, they do not really do what has to be done to end hunger in South Africa, and we can push them. Everything that we can do, every letter, every representation to our councillors, to our statesmen, can make a massive difference to the situation in our country.
I know, Alan, there's bespoke technology, SA Harvest, you've developed that will track the nutritional content of what is sent out to beneficiary organizations. Talk to us about that.
Well, that's such a crucial point, because in the end of the day, when you don't get food, and we know the figures now, when we don't get food, what happens is that there's a lack of nutrition. And a lack of nutrition is absolutely disastrous for our country. At the moment, we have approximately 30%, almost 1 in 3 children that is stunted as a lack of nutrition. And stunting is a lack of growth, a lack of ability to concentrate at school. So the school results are terrible. People can't do what they have to do. And this is millions of children. And, my question is, how can we sleep at night? So what we have done is in terms of our food rescue, we have delivered in the last just under 3 years, we've delivered 42 million meals to people who are hungry. And the important thing is that these have to be nutritional meals. One of the problems in our rescue or food rescue space is that people still deliver a lot of starch like maize and so on, and corn products. And what happens is that the effect on the population is what is so common in South Africa, and that is obesity without nutrition. So we have a lot of overweight, obese people who are still actually inside starving. And of course, that happens to our children. So what we have done at SA Harvest is that we measure through our technology platform the average nutrition that we are sending to beneficiaries who feed people all the time. We measure the average monthly nutritional balance that we are serving. And we have a green, orange, and a red indication that says, look, after a month, we've got great nutritional value to certain beneficiaries. We may have a warning, and then we have a red stop, which says, look, there hasn't been a nutritional balance, and we react to that and fix it up for the next months. And if necessary, we have a budget to provide our beneficiaries with a whole host of proteins and other nutritional food. It's very important. It's absolutely important that the people who are starving and who are food vulnerable at the moment, when they get delivered food, they get delivered nutritional, a balanced nutritional meal. It's vital. And I believe that this should be done by everybody who feeds hungry people in South Africa. We have to make sure that we deliver nutritious meals. It's completely vital to the future of those young kids who are hungry and to the rest of the population.
And of course, if we fix that and the malnutrition issue, the child stunting, which you are passionate about, will be taken care of as well over time. Thank you so much for your time. That was SA Harvest CEO Browde here on ENCA.